Okay, now I will introduce friction. Asa mo magsulat? Dili. Ay, nag-introduce ako ng friction, di ba? Ay, ano lang. Okay, friction is a reactive. This is a force. This is what we call a constrained force. Friction exists because you constrain an object. Okay, this exists because we constrain an object to a surface. Okay, maybe I would write that. This is friction exists. This one exists because shortcut na lang nato because we constrain wala itino. Ang constraint is the surface. So we constrain an object to a surface. So meaning this is a constraint force. If the object will not be constrained in space, in a surface, so there will be no friction. Okay? So this is also this one is also what we call a reactive force. This is a reactive force. Much like the normal force that it only reacts to the amount of force that is applied perpendicular to the surface. By the way, na may klase 9. Hindi ba? For next, ha? Hindi ka nang, ano ba, kay, much better siguro nga kung wala may klase 9, and if usahay man gud walay gasunod sa ato, ano natog tama 9:30 and then kaduha ra ta mag-meet sa isa ka week. Ha? Ngano man sa ang Wednesday? Sa ato so Wednesday lang ta maka 1.5 hour. Ano lang siguro, pwede ta twice a week. Dayon ilahos nato pagka Wednesday kay para disadvantage kay 1 hour. So sige kung kanang kailangan ako apason ang kwan within 1 hour and mo na anyway. So this is a reactive force. So it only gives what it is supposed to counteract. Okay, to make that clear. Okay, anyway, there are two types of friction, the static and the kinetic friction. Static friction, we call this Fs, and this is given by mu s n. And the kinetic friction, this is Fk equals mu k n. Okay, but sometimes di na ginasulat ang mu k or mu n. Understood, if it's moving, it's kinetic, and it's at rest, it's static. Okay? So, and usually, not usually, always, mu s is greater than mu k. This implies that Fs is greater than Fk. What does this mean? It means that you would need a greater amount of force to set something in motion than to keep it in motion at constant velocity. That is the consequence. Take note of that. Okay, it takes a greater amount of force to set something into motion, to set something at rest, to set an object at rest into motion than to keep an object moving at constant velocity, to keep it in motion at constant velocity. Okay? So it's much easier to do the latter. Okay? Because of this. So, but they are just dependent on n. The greater the n, the greater is the friction. Meaning that the more massive it is, the more that you need to exert a force, which is, di ba? you observe that the more massive an object, the more that it's hard to push the object. Okay, because of the sa normal force. Okay. Now let's have some to have some understanding on this. Let's have this is a mass of 100 kilograms. So if just lies on the floor, so the force on the Y, now the force on the Y will matter, right? Because of the friction. Okay? So from here, we know that N is just equal to the weight, mg, in this case. Now we apply a force here, an applied force. Consider that the object is at rest. Okay? Now what about we apply a force of, okay, let's say mu s, the coefficient, this is what we call the coefficient of static friction, the coefficient of kinetic friction. Okay? So, it's unitless. It just tells you how much percentage of the normal force. Diba? It's a percentage. It's between 0 to 1. Okay? So, mu s now becomes, let's say this mu s is 0.5. What if I apply a force of Fa, let's say 400 newtons. So if we draw the free body diagram, if we draw a free body diagram here, what we would see is, okay, we have Fa on this side, and of course countering Fa, automatically it counters, frictions counters the tendency of motion. Okay, so Fs is going that way. Now, summation of forces along X, which is first, when we calculate Fs according to that formula, Fs, this is just 0.5 times 980, right? This is 490 newtons. Now, when we take summation of forces along X, that would be, on the positive side is 400 newtons. And then on the negative side, that is minus 490 newtons. This is equal to negative 90. This means that this will accelerate. Right? Because the net force is not 0. But why? Do we see an object when we push and it's not enough to move it, the object instead move in the other direction? Do we see that phenomenon? Do we observe that phenomenon? So what could be wrong here? Because if we, di ba? 400 minus 490 equals negative 90. It's not 0. So meaning there should be an acceleration. And where's the acceleration? To the left. So the object instead will move to the left. Opposite to. But we don't observe such kind of phenomenon. And what is happening? Well, the answer is that this is due to the nature of that friction is a reactive force. When we say mu s, Fs equals mu Sn, this is the maximum force that friction can hold. What if you apply a force less than to that, then friction would just be equal to that force, meaning that friction actually here is just 400 newtons. So this is 0. How about when Fa is 490, then friction will be 490. But when Fa equals, let's say, 500 newtons, then summation of forces along X equals 500 newtons minus 490 newtons. There is now a positive acceleration, right? And this is now equal to ma. We can now calculate the acceleration. But then, once the object moves, the one that will act will be Fk. Suppose that mu k equals, what do you call this one? 0.2. Now, if this is the problem, we have mu s 0.5, 0.2. Once we know that it's greater than friction, okay, it's that 500 now is greater than 490, as long as it is greater than 490, I mean this one right here, the static friction, what we are going to use now, it's not the static friction but the kinetic friction, because it's already moving. It's already moving. So meaning, we have to solve for the Fk. Fk would be 0.2 times 980. What is this? 196? Tama? 196 newtons. So this is now minus 196 newtons. And this is just equal to pila? Ha? 304 newtons. And this is equal to MA. What would be our acceleration? That would be 3.04 meters per second squared. Nakuha? Instead, because we understood, first, we tested it against 490. If it's less than 490, meaning it will not move. What if FA is greater than 490? So, meaning that the object will start to accelerate. Now, instead of, if we use 490, what is the acceleration of the object? Just, 10 over 100, that would be 0.1, tama? Sakto ba? Oh, 0.1. Pero, the thing is, once the object has moved, static friction automatically is turned off. What will act is eventually kinetic friction. Once that the first small as soon as there is movement, what will activate is the kinetic friction. That's why when we go now to the dynamics, to the kinematics, we will use the kinetic friction. Okay? So the acceleration is actually 304. At first, the acceleration is supposedly 0.1, right? Because when you calculate this against 490, it's supposedly 0.1. But then the moment that it moves, what is now acting? It's kinetic. So, that's why we solve it against the kinetic friction. Sabtan ninyo? Okay. And that is now the acceleration. Now, the question is, what amount of force to push it at constant velocity? So, I will write that one. What amount of force to push the block at constant velocity? So, summation of forces along X, which is, of course, it's now acting FA, and then this is now FK, right? Here. So, FA minus FK, which is, what is this FK? This is 196, right? Newtons. And this should be equal, since constant velocity, what should be the equal here? This should be 0. So, meaning FA is just equal to 196. That means that we need 490 newtons just to set it into motion. But to push it at constant velocity, we only need 196 newtons. Okay? Sabtan? Only 196 newtons. And that's the consequence of F mu s being greater than Fk. Now, the word here is constant velocity. I did not put an amount of velocity there. How about when the velocity is 1 meters per second? Then it's 196. How about when the velocity is 100 meters per second? It's still 196. Why? It's some you may say that, okay, more counterintuitive, di ba? But it's not actually if you analyze it, assuming that you have already reached 100 meters, you're not responsible to raise the object's velocity up to 100. It's already at 100 meters per second. No? It's a different story if we need to raise the force that we need to raise it to 190 to 100, right? Okay? Again, balik ko na ko ha. What if V is equal to 1 meter per second? Still 196. Even if V is 1,000 meters per second, still, okay? Or 100 meters per second, still, okay. But it's a different story if we set what is the force needed to raise the object's velocity to 100 meters per second in, let's say, 5 seconds. Let's answer that. What is the force needed? Okay? What force, what FA is needed what FA is needed to raise V to 100 meters per second in, let's say, just 5 seconds. We need time here because we can reach up to 5 meters, 100 meters per second in however long that we want. Okay? Hinahinay at bisan pag hinay kayo mong after some time, you will reach 100 meters per second, right? As long as you are accelerating. Okay? So, in 5 seconds. So, here, V naught equals 0. V equals 100. A is, T equals 5 seconds. So, that A now becomes 100 minus 0 over 5. That would be 20 meters per second squared. It's a very large acceleration. It's even greater than the acceleration of gravity to the Earth. It's 2G. This is what we call 2G. More than 2G because 2G is 19.6. Okay? So the force that you will feel is what we call 2G. It's greater than, and what amount of force? So FA would just be equal to MA, right? That is 100 mass, 100 kilograms times 20. You would need 2,000 newtons, 2 tons of force to do it. Now, what if as soon as you reach 100, you maintain it, you have to reduce the force from 2,000 to 196. Because if you don't, if it's greater than 196, it will keep on accelerating. Okay? Kaya nga naman, nakapamay non-zero man ang di ba? The net force is non-zero, so it will keep on accelerating. But as soon as it reaches 100, and then you want it to maintain, okay? Then, all you need is maintain find 100, so from 2,000, you drop the force to 196. So, it will be now less effort there because you're just countering, what you are countering is just the kinetic friction. Nakuha? The kinetic friction is always, okay? Nasabtan? Okay, so that is now, this is the nature of friction. And actually, dagag misconception sa friction, especially this one right here. If you're not clever enough to understand the problem. Okay? Now, let's solve the friction in inclined plane problem. Balikan natin eh. We solved it last time, di ba? Theta, and then the acceleration was G equals G sine theta. Now, let's put friction here. So, okay, this will be our free body diagram. And of course, we have the weight going down, and you have normal force, and this is the weight, and there it's kinetic friction. Let's just take F, okay? It's just moving, okay? It's understood kinetic because it's accelerating, okay? Okay, kinetic friction. So let's give this as mu k. Mu na lang mu k na lang. Kapoy magsulat sa k, good. So Fk, sige. So it's now moving. The question is, okay, what is the angle? We want to know. This is some sort of, okay, imagine this. Okay, kani para makita sa atong subscriber. Okay. This is that. I would start to increase the angle, right? And until, okay, there, this is, we want to find this angle. Okay? Nakuha? Yes. Kana siya, dahan-dahan. We are, okay, there, it started to move. Meaning, that's the angle. Makita ninyo, kung mapansin ninyo that the acceleration is a function of the angle. Okay? It depends on what angle. The greater is the angle, the greater is the acceleration. But of course, this is no longer the acceleration because this was calculated when friction was neglected, meaning frictionless. When we say frictionless, mu is 0. So there's no friction. Okay. So we want that. Wala, balik na to ni kay Basing. Asa ganito gikuha? Patay. Bahala na niya. Okay. So, we want now to calculate, first we want to calculate acceleration. Now, summation of forces along x. Last time I've said we solve along y, but we did not actually need to solve along y. We did not need it. We can solve along x without going through the y. But in this time, in this problem, we really need it because of the friction. Because friction needs normal force. And we can only solve the normal force by solving it along y. Okay, Fx equals, are the forces along x? Minus Fk plus weight x, right? And this is now equal to ma. And what is Fk? This is minus mu k n. Tama? Plus, what is weight x? We already solved this last time. This is mg sine theta. Okay, to our subscribers watching, in last video, we solved this one. Okay, so you watch the previous video. This is lecture 8. So, lecture 7. No, lecture 7 was last time. Okay. So, ato po lang i-treat og tarong na itong mga ubang subscribers, no? Okay. Anyway. So, mg sine theta. Okay? Equals ma. What was the friction? We solved this last time also, diba? Summation of forces along y, that would be n minus weight y, tama? Equals 0. And this is, n is equal to mg cosine theta. That means this is minus mu k mg cosine theta plus mg sine theta equals ma. Now, m will cancel because every term has an m. So that a here is equal to g times sine theta minus mu cosine of theta. This would be the acceleration. Now, notice that, okay, I'll just put mu, it's mu k. Okay. So, okay, this is, we want the acceleration to be just 0. Okay? To be just 0. So, meaning that this is just, we can set this to, this is already the acceleration for whatever theta. Okay? This is now 0. And from here, we can see that if we set this to 0, since g is non-zero, meaning sine theta minus mu k cosine theta should be equal to 0. From here, bali na to na dito so that sine theta equals mu k cosine theta. Or from here, we have sine theta over cosine theta equals mu k. Now, since this is less than or greater, a should be less than or greater than from here. So, sa ato pa, in order for this to, not less than or greater than. Bali na to dito. It's less than, okay, yeah. It's less than or greater than. So, meaning, mu k should be greater than or equal to tangent of the angle. If mu k is greater than tangent of the angle, it will not move. If it's moving, it will move constantly. It will slide at constant velocity, no acceleration. Okay? Well, of course, there's static friction issue here, but assuming that, that's why I didn't want to put K or S there in order just to, I'll just treat static and kinetic as, okay, medyo libog mo, kailangan i-disconnect mo siya. Okay? So, anyway, we have mu k is greater than tangent theta. Okay? Now, let's solve the velocity at the ground. Assuming that A is this. It's non-zero, okay? Ako erase na siya, no? Let's solve the velocity at the ground. Last time we get V is equal to square root of 2gh. It only depends on h. Now let's see if this is still true here. We'll use the kinematic equation. 2a, what was x? Okay, 2ax equals v squared minus v naught squared. We already solved x last meeting, right? X is equal to h over sine theta. A is now this one. So 2g sine theta minus mu cosine theta times h over sine theta equals v squared. Okay, v naught is considered 0. So from here, this is now 2gh times, sulod na ang theta dire, 1 minus mu cotangent. This becomes cotangent theta, right? Sulod mo sa sine dire, cos over sine. And this is equal to v now is the square root of, now there is this factor. Notice that when theta equals 0, cotangent of 0 is 0. So meaning, when mu is 0, sorry. When mu is 0, okay, cotangent of 0 is not 0, it's infinite. Okay? When mu is 0, when it's frictionless, meaning that this term right here is just 1. So we recover this back. Okay? That's, okay? Balik siya dito. And it should be. Kaya kung di na mo ma-recover, meaning that this is wrong. Okay? So we recover that one. But here's the thing now. The velocity now will depend on the angle. That means that the velocity now becomes path dependent. This system now becomes path dependent, right? It will now, the velocity, last time, for whatever path that it will take, it will have the speed, square root of 2gh. But now, it depends on the angle. That means that it depends on the path. Okay, what do you mean by path? If point A and point B, same initial and final condition, but two different paths, this one or this one, will give this different velocities here. It now becomes path dependent. So, the introduction of friction into the system has converted the system from path independence to path dependence. Okay? The velocity would now depend on the angle, the sliding, okay? Because nasa cotangent theta. What happens if, okay, let's say if theta equals 90. Well, it becomes square root of 2gh gihapon, right? Why? If theta becomes 90, what happened is that the block would slide here, the surface cannot interact with the block, right? So there's no friction. In fact, the normal force becomes 0. Tanawa. This will be the weight and this will be the normal force, right? Mawala ang normal force kaya nga naman. Wala na may force nga mo-act dire, right? So there will be no longer a normal force on the surface because there's no force acting against the surface. So that's why when we set theta equals 90, that's cosine of 90 is 0 over cosine of 90 is 1. So 0 over 1 is 0. We recovered back 2gh. Regardless there is friction or not, well, the wall is useless. Because the block, as long as it's purely vertical, dili na siya musabit. Nung anong musabit pa na siya, musadsad lang na siya. It will only, so say sadsad sa English. Basin natin mga viewer nga from America, Poland, Norway. Okay. Kanagaling mo, ana. Slide. Wood. Touch. Okay? Okay, yeah. Pas matanggal yung libag na noon. Okay. It will not touch, right? It will not straight. Ambot, kulang kong vocabulary. Okay? So, nasabtan ninyo ang phenomenon? Okay. Now, that is friction. Okay, final example before we proceed with another concept. How about this? We have a block of mass M, and then let's say we are actually applying a force here. Let's say the mass is 100 again kilograms, and applying a force here of 500 newtons, and such that the force is 30 degrees. The question is, and let's say, gamitin na itong mu k equals 0.1. What would be the acceleration of the block? Well, itong ganiha man god sa yun ra kaya, di ba? Because we can just use this one, FA minus, but FA now as an angle. Okay? So again, we draw a free body diagram here. And FA, okay, I'll erase this now. FA is going here. Of course, you have N, and you have the weight, and of course, Fk. Now, summation of forces along Y, that would be N. But, okay, you have another force that has a Y component, which is Fa. Okay? So, this is plus Fay minus mg, right? Weight is purely along the Y. Okay? Samtan? So, and this is equal to 0. It's equilibrium along Y, right? Okay. Of course, it's not in general equilibrium along X in this case. Notice that our N now is equal to mg minus Fay. In fact, it's less than our previous problem. Why is that? Because something is countering the weight. Okay? Something is countering the weight, and that would be the force along. Fa is an applied force, an actual force. This is N is a reactive force. It's not an actual force. Okay? It's a reaction force. Fa is an active force. It's a being applied force, just much like as the weight. So, that weight is being countered. If you put a weighing scale right here, you will not measure 100 kilograms as the mass. It would be less than that. Why? Because Fa, some of it will be pulled pasaka. That's why N would be less. That means that we expect a lesser friction right here. Let's just set this to be 0.2 para ma-compare dito, no? Ganiha, what did we obtain? 196, right? Okay. So, okay, this is now, we don't know Fay, no, Fay is given, right? So, this is just 980 minus 500. Okay, this is theta. Y is sine, right? Sine of, this is, okay. 730 newtons, our N. Formerly, it's just 900, it was 980, tama? Okay, and then, summation of forces along X. What are the forces along X? Fax minus mu Kn, friction, equals ma. We want now to solve for the acceleration. What is Fax? 500 times cosine of 30 degrees minus 0.2 times 730 newtons equals ma. Pila? $287 newtons. 0.01 equals ma. A is equal to 2.87 meters per second squared. What did we obtain ganiha? With the same amount of force, 500, diba? Purely horizontal. That was 3.04. Okay? Yeah, that was 3.04 ang ato ang na-obtain. Okay? So, silo kay diri kung lami diri mag-room mo, pwede rin lang ta mag-room langit to. Basin mo gagamit diri ba. Galing lang kay sulo kay dira oh. Unya walay contours ako ang face diri. Gana ko ganing na-highlight nga kuan na contours ba. Oh, ang contours, unsa man ang contours sa atong lesson? Mo na tong mga scalar field nga kuhaan nato og mga no, these are actually the contours, the katong mga ano, scalar functions. Okay. Now, let's now move to another topic. Okay, para in next meeting, we will pick up on this. Tension. So, tension, this is also a reactive force. When you hang something with a mass m, it has the weight. Unlike the surface, nga naay mo ana dito, of course, this is an equilibrium, right? There must be a force that's countering the weight. And that force is passing to the string. And that would be the tension. In this case, summation of force along y, T minus mg equals 0. So, T is just equal to mg. Okay? Consider now a problem where we have a ceiling and then something, maybe a billboard or a block of mass attached to the ceiling, in which this one is, there's a rope connecting to this one and another rope at different angles. And let's say this is 45 degrees and this is 30 degrees. Now, based on this one, this must also be 45, right? Alternate angle. So, this is also 30, okay? 30 degrees. Now, we draw a free body diagram in order to identify this one. Okay. This will be the free body diagram. And on this one right here, we have a 45-degree force and we have a 30-degree. We call this T1 and T2 vectors. And this is 30 degrees. And of course, the only actual force in the system, the only actual force here is the weight, which is 980 newtons. Because let's take this as 100 kilograms. Now, this one is no longer new to you. In the vector algebra, in the videos, one of the videos there where I solved vectors, this is exactly like this. We have three vectors, pero baliktad na karon. It's the reverse here, because there we are calculating the resultant vector, right? Find all the vectors. T1 plus T2 plus W. What is the resultant vector? Now, we know what the resultant vector is. That resultant vector is determined to Newton's laws. And since this is in equilibrium, meaning that the net force must be equal to 0. That means that the summation of force along x equals 0 and summation of force along y equals 0. We know already the net force. What we want is the unknown now are the two vectors. It's the physics that will give us finding out the unknown. Okay, it's just in mathematics. The physics will determine this, and from that, determine the two unknowns. Okay, what are the meaning that we have summation of forces along x? What are the forces along x? Okay, T1, you have minus T1x, right? Because there's an x, T1x going there. Plus T2x equals 0. The unknown here is T1 and T2. We need two equations to solve two unknowns. But we have two equations. Okay? Now, sir, T1x and T2x are unknown also. Plus T1y and T2y. So, upat. But T1x can be expressed in terms of T1. What is T1x? This is minus T1 cosine, right? Cosine of 45 degrees plus this is T2 sine of 30 degrees equals 0. So, this is our first equation. How about the second equation? Summation of forces along Y. What are the forces along Y? We have positive T1Y, right? And T2Y plus T2Y minus the weight equals 0. But what is T1Y? This is T1 sine of 45 degrees. And plus T2 sine of 30 degrees equals 980. We have equation 1 and we have equation 2. We can, okay, from equation, okay, ano na lang, from equation 1, from 1, we have T1 equals sine 30 degrees over cosine of 45 degrees times T2, right? Tama? And then, substitute it here. Okay? So, we'll do that. So, ano naman ta? Okay, T2, asang equation 2? Okay, T1. So, T1, what is T1? That is sine 30 degrees over cosine 45 degrees times T1, times sine 45, right? T2 times sine 45 degrees. This is T1, tama? So, this whole thing right here is T1. Okay, so mag-cancel niya siya, tama? Okay, plus T2 sine of... wait, anong yung muning sine? This should be cosine, agay. This is cosine, right? Okay. T1 sine 30 degrees equals 980. So, T2 na, tama? Tama? So, you have sine 30 cosine. This is cosine, right? So, from here, we have T2 cosine of 30 degrees plus sine of 30 degrees equals 980. Tama? So, T2 is just equal to 980 over cosine 30 plus sine 30. Tama? Sakto? Okay, kindly do this in your calculator. Sakto na nino? Sine 45, sine 30. T1 now equals cos 30 over cos 45. Yeah. Dili siya mag-cancel, no? Buang na. Anong nag-cancel man eh? Pagka. Okay, this is cosine 45 degrees. So, sa ato pa, this is T2 sine 45. Actually, mag-cancel na siya. Sine 45 is the same as cosine 45. So, sakto ra gyapon. Because 1 na siya. Cosine 45 is the same as sine 45. So, this is just cosine 30 plus sine of 30. Pila? 7.4 newtons. We can now solve T1 by using this formula, right? Cos 30 over cosine 45 times 717.4. Pila? Ah? 878.63. Nakuha? Okay? Now may klase after this? Assembly? Sa oras? 9:30? Attendance? Ato na kung manon kadali intention, B? Ano ron kay napa ni para di ato dili maputol? Mga ano lang 15 minutes siguro basin kaya ra. Wala ba gasulod basin ano? Wala. Okay? Nakuha? Sabtan? Okay. Oh. So, sakto na yun. I think, sakto na niya siya. Okay, this is in statics. Ha? It's newtons. Basta force, newtons na siya. The unit of tension is, this is a force, so it's Newton, right? Now, let's apply tension in a more interesting way. Okay. We have another inclined plane. Okay? Paborito ginato ng inclined plane. We have here okay. Tied to this one is natay mass. So, instead of friction, we have tension. So, here, what will replace the force along the x is the tension. Okay? So, let's calculate the tension given m and theta. Find the tension on the rope, assuming that the tension is parallel to the inclined plane. So again, free body diagram. Our free body diagram here is going there is T and going there is the weight. Here we have the normal force. But do we need the normal force here? We don't need the normal force actually. Walay friction, tama? But if we put friction there, okay? So here, summation of forces along x. It's being tied to a wall here. Okay, summation of force along x minus t, right? And then plus weight x still, no? Weight x equals, now what is this equal to? This must be 0 because it's being tied, right? So t is just equal to weight x. So this is mg sine theta. Okay, it's already, m is given, theta is given, so you can solve it. If walay numbers ang given, you should express the final, okay. Kami klase. Saan isa? Kami klase dire? 9? Wala lagi mo classmates? Na sila? Agayban pa? Panuktok na mo og nana ha? Di, panuktok na mo og nana yung teacher. Kaya basig kasabaan ko. Okay. Lisod gini magkawat-kawat ba? Okay. Now, here's an interesting problem. And that's why I want to get to this. Mahuman nato ni tanan. Karon. Okay, we have this inclined plane. Angle A and angle B. We have M1 and this is tied to here. And we have M2. Okay. But before that, let's solve this. You have a pulley. But, okay, kani natay M1 and we have M2 right here. Now, neglecting any friction on the pulley, moment of inertia, later we will be on details on this. But as of now, we neglect that because wala pa nakaabot niya ang part. Okay, but as of now, okay, this is a slides without any compromise to the pulley. Okay? The thing is, what is the acceleration of the block? So, it will either move paani or paana, depending which is heavier. Okay, how do we analyze this? So, we analyze this in two different ways. Okay, if the pulley is considered to be frictionless, and since this is one rope, right? Meaning that the tension here should be equal to the tension here. Okay? So, the T, if we name as a T, so T gihapon dire. Now, we have two free body diagrams here. Dire o dire. Let's look at the first. M1 na lang ni siya and M2. Okay? M1, you have, this is T, right? And this is weight 1. Here, given M1 given M1 and M2. That's the only given. And here, it's weight 2 and of course, still T. The question is, we want to solve the acceleration of the block. So we want to find A. The thing is, we have two unknowns here. T and A. Tama? We can solve T and immediately from 1. T minus Ana equals, but A, there's an acceleration here. That's why we cannot solve T. Tama? Okay. But we have two equations. Asa gikan ng two equations, we have two dire, right? Okay, so we relate, these two coordinates are related by the same T. Okay? Nakuha? So now, the first thing is, in order to do this, let's assume an acceleration. Assume that the acceleration is clockwise. Let's just assume that. Okay? Let's assume a clockwise acceleration. You can do it counterclockwise, pwede, as long as consistent ka sa imong net force. Okay? Now, if it is counterclockwise, in this case, in the first, what is the acceleration? Pasaka, right? So, for the first here, for the first free body diagram, summation of forces along X on the first ana is equal to T minus M1G equals M1A, right? It's accelerating equals M1A. And accelerating pasaka. Okay? Now, for the next one, summation of force, no, not along X, this is Y, right? Y. Or 2. Or ano na lang, since pareho lang muna sila Y tanan, this is 1 and 2, right? Okay, what are the forces on the 2? That would be still T minus M2G equals, where's the acceleration? Here. Dapat consistent ka. Okay, mo nagingon nga, so this is minus M2A. Okay, from here, you can eliminate tension, right? By subtracting this to that. Tama? And, okay, we eliminate tension. So, this minus this. So, kana minus this. Wala na, 0. So, this minus this is, M2G minus M1G. Tama? This minus this. Equals, this minus is M1A plus M2A. From here, we can calculate that A is just equal to M2 minus M1 over M1 plus M2 times G. It's a factor of G. Now, let's analyze this. M2 minus M1. If M2 is greater than M1, asa sa mo accelerate, this A will be positive. Meaning, if you get a positive acceleration, if it is positive, if it has values, wala man tayo value dire, but given man ni, right? If it is positive, meaning that your assumption is the correct direction. Nakuha? If you get a positive. That means, this is positive here if M2 is greater than M1. So, understood, by common sense, gamuan, agi sa dire, right? What happens if you get a negative acceleration? Meaning that your assumption, the true acceleration is reverse on your assumption. Nakuha? Is the reverse on your assumption. So, in this case, when will this be negative? When M1 is greater than M2, meaning that it will accelerate on the other, which is expected also. Okay? So, sabta ni siya. Okay, from here, we can now go into that problem. Okay? So, tawag gani? Yeah, I think it's okay ang ano. Now, let's add friction here. In the second problem, kaning dire is we now add friction. Okay? It's moving and let's complicate the problem. Let's add friction. Di na lang sa nato i-add ang friction. Kamu na ipa-add na ako sa exam, sa quiz. No, sayo na siya. Okay. First thing to do is we want to find the acceleration of the block. Find the acceleration. The block will move, right? Either paana or paana. Okay, first thing to do is you assume, right? Okay, I will assume an acceleration going this way. Now, I will tilt my axis into, okay, dire. This is my X, this is my Y here, this is my X, and that will be my Y. Okay, on say force dire, you have the weight 1, you have N. Now, we don't need the Y because there's no friction, assuming this is frictionless. Okay? And what else? You have here T, right? So T is going there. Now, this is the same rope. And frictionless considered ang pulley, so this is also T right here. So T. Where's the acceleration going? The acceleration is paana man dito, so meaning this is my A, right? So let's calculate. I don't need to solve for a long Y because walay friction. So summation of forces along X is T minus weight X, right? Tama? Now, reverse rin ni ganiya. If this is A, this must also be A. Right? Pareho rin ni ganiya. Mirror lang. Okay? So, this is also A. So, this is just, this is equal to M1A. So, T minus, by the way, katong ganiha diri, we can calculate tension from any two equation, diba? Wala naman tayo A, so we can calculate T, diba, minus M1G equals M1A. Once we solve A, we can calculate T. Ganiha dito, okay? Only we did not calculate because we are interested with the acceleration. In many problems like this, we will not be interested with the tension. Okay? But sometimes, we will be. Okay, T minus, what is weight X? This is M1G sine A, right? Because this is sine. Opposite. Equals M1A. So this will be my equation 1. How about my equation 2? Okay, let's analyze this one here. You have, again, the weight, and you have T, the same T, dito. Okay? And the normal force, which is, well, I use there because we don't have friction. Okay. Now, summation of force along X dire. I will put the second dire. Summation of force along X is, now notice that this is just the same sa katong configuration ganiha, right? This is also B. If this is B. Tama? That must also be B. Okay, so positive is weight X, right? So this is now M2G. Ako na i-diretso na. This is weight 2X. M2G sine B minus T equals, okay, asa padulong ang A? A is going this way. So it's still in the positive, right? Equals M2A. Now, I will add this. Add equation 1 to equation 2. Minus T plus T is 0. So this plus that, so you have now M2G sine B minus M1G sine A equals M1A plus M2A. Tama? And M will cancel. No, di mag-cancel. Ay, mag-cancel. Tama? Yeah, mag-cancel. Ay, hindi, mag-cancel. Pareho naman, M1, M2 man tayo. Buwangaw eh. Okay, you have now A equals, akong equal ng G equal. So you have now M2 sine B minus M1 sine A over M1 plus M2. Always M1 plus M2 derivative, right? Times G. Now, notice right here. If we make A to be 90 degrees and B to be 90 degrees, what would happen? We recover the first system, right? Katong ganiha. And dapat kani mo lead di siya dito. Right? Ato ang gikuha ng gi-90 nato ang dire. Tama? So muana siya straight. And the other one is also straight, right? So recover a system like this. Tama? Okay, what is sine of 90? 1. What is sine of 90? 1. So that is M2 minus M1 over M1. We recovered the result ganiha, right? If, okay, nasabtan ha? Okay. So sayo na, di ba? Okay ra. Yeah, we recovered the first, right? 1 man eh. And then 1. And it should be we should be recovering that. If not, meaning mali ni siya. Okay? Or either sa duha ang mali. Now, okay, the friction, how will you do, last, yun. Dungagan na lang ang friction. What will be the equation if na friction? Okay, if na friction, if there's a friction, if this is moving, where is Fk dire? Fk will be here, right? So there will be an additional on the negative minus Fk equals M1A. But what is Fk? Fk would be equal, we already solved this, diba? This is mu mg, suppose 0, mu lang ito gamito, no? Given ang mu, given M1, M2, mu A, and B, of course. Mo niyang given. Mu M1, Mg, cosine theta, right? We already solved this. So, ibig sabihin, equation 1 would become, I will erase this. Equation 1 would become T minus M1G sine A minus, because friction is going on that direction. M1, I don't know, mu. M1G sine, I don't know, cosine A. Okay? Asa na tong ano? Okay, equals M1A, right? How about the second equation? The second equation, friction will be going in the negative, right? So the second equation would be minus T kani plus M2G sine B, right? Same ragyapon. But friction will be in the negative. Mu M1, M2 na, right? G cosine B equals M2A. So what would be the equation when we add this? We have now M2, or we have minus M1G sine A plus M2G sine B minus mu M1A, M1G cosine A minus mu M2G cosine B equals M1 plus M2 times A. Ako na diretso, okay? Alright, ano na ko tanang cosine A. From here, you get, okay, unahon na kong sine ang M2, no? You have now M2 na G tanan, right? I can factor out G. Okay, M2B minus, sine B, cosine B, minus mu M2 cosine B, right? Or sine B minus mu cosine B times M1, right? Ang gi-factor out ang M1. Dayon ang dire, ang sa, M2, this is M2. M1 is minus. So, sine A plus mu cosine A times M1, right? Over M1 plus M2 times G, this should be equal, this is A, right? Alright. Pero this will simplify again if there's no friction, mag-zero ni siya. Mag-zero ni, tama? And you recover this one. Right? Meaning that this is a much more general equation. Okay? This is a much more general equation. Bisan pag na-friction unsay mahitabo, pag 90 degrees ang A ug B, cosine of 90 is 0. So, maana ni siya, and then 90 man gyapon ni, so mabalik gyapon tong ganiya. Meaning that this is a much more general case. This one, from this one, you can obtain this pag walay friction. This, di ba? When mu equals 0, so wala ni siya, right? So you get this one. How about this? Na friction pero 90 degrees ang A ug B. Well, cosine of 90 is 0. Automatically, mawala ni. And this, mawala. And this becomes 1. And this becomes 1. You recover A equals M2 minus M1 over M1 plus M2 G. You recover this from that. Okay? But of course, dili ka maka-add to from here to here. Because this is a much more general. Muna ginatawag, di ba? You could not, this one, taking the limit of this, kanina, makuhaan mo siya limit, right? You take the limit as B approaches 90 and A approaches 90. Okay? Mauto siya. Pero kanisa, this is not a limiting case of this because this is a specific. Okay? Sabtan? So, we're done now with friction. Friction and tension. Okay? So,